I would suggest to you that the tougher the challenges that we face, the more important complete information is. And there's no question that in terms of budget this year, we face some significant challenges. And the challenge is cutting where and how much. And we still lack information to, as effectively as I believe we should, be able to make those decisions. Now, there are a few people in government who have complete information. But the citizens are the sovereigns in this state, or they should be, and they should have complete access to all this information, and they don't. And I can tell you as a legislator who's not on the Finance Committee that to get information I have to either go through the FOIA process or ask Finance Committee staff for help, one question at a time, one thing at a time, go back upstairs, and they all work for the chairman. They have other things to do. My staff budget, for those of you not familiar, is I think it's $37,000 for the year, grand sum, which is something you have to explain in Northern Virginia. I'll tell you, they hear senator and they think 50 people work for you. Well, it isn't that way. And Chap and I border one another up there. I'm sure he's encountered the same challenge. But budget transparency and this effort we have going forward again this year is intended to start allowing us and our citizens to get at the information we need to do that most basic of legislative functions, prioritizing spending within the budget. A legislator's first job when it comes to dollars and cents is prioritization. That's number one. And if you don't have the information to decide what's working, what isn't, and to fit that within your own, each legislator's philosophy of what ought we be doing and what ought we not be doing, then you're not in a good position to make decisions and to make policy. And you get the kind of rolling slop that we get going forward year to year. You know, our budget has doubled in the last 10 years, and most people can't give you a detailed explanation as to where, why, and how. When I get asked in a session, in the run-up to a session like we begin tomorrow, with a $3 billion shortfall so far, that will grow. Where are you going to cut? Well, I can speak at the 100,000-foot level, but really every legislator, Ben Klein, Chap Peterson, Ken Cuccinelli, all of us should be able to drill down ourselves, should be able to call upon our own citizen support to help us drill down on different parts of the budget. There are people in my district who spend all day working on budgets, be it companies or government. I have a lot of brain power in my district that could be turned loose to help us solve state problems at no cost to the state, and could elevate the level of debate about our budget dramatically if we had the information that this bill will help us get and that we do not now have. That's where we're going. You all will recall probably the Wilder Commission. They had a number of suggestions about ways to make government more efficient or just eliminate various programs, little of which was ever actually implemented. It would be nice here 6, 7, 8 years down the road now to compare their suggestions to where we are in those areas. But we can't do it because we don't have a window onto the various parts of the budget and the process that they talked about. As Ben mentioned, the goal of this bill is not only to make the planned budget available in minute detail to every citizen, but then the actual expenditures. And what a lot of people don't realize is they never match. They never, ever match. Now, mind you, they're not legally required to match. That may surprise you as well. But within departments and within agencies and so forth, there is discretion to move money around. And you can bet that that money gets moved around. But without knowing where it is, there's no accountability. We need to be able to track that. We need to be able to determine the effectiveness of that spending and the ineffectiveness of that spending so that we can get rid of programs. Not merely cut things, we need to start wiping them out. And that's part of prioritization.